in the Umuoda Isingwu community in Abia State is situated a house in constant fight with erosion. Sadly, to the consternation of all, this gully, occasioned by the erosion, is visibly winning the battle as it has eaten so deep into the house that the building foundation is the only thing holding the house from total collapse. Residents and visitors feared for the occupant of the house, Mrs. Rebecca Okezie. For residents, it was only a matter of time before she lost this building, left for her by her husband before his demise.
Some 20 years ago, my brother-in-law did a lot of work, planted melina trees, did some partitions to hold the erosion. And along the line, my husband put in a lot of money, but it was, by that time it was a lot of money because it was about 700,000 naira at that time, which was, we thought it was too much money. We hired an engineer who came and brought big stones, block work and cement and something to stop the erosion, and we thought it was all over. Not long after, we saw that it wasn't what we could manage ourselves. The foundation was bare, was showing. We were not sleeping here. So every night, myself and the people I live with, we packed over to this place.
But Governor Okezie Ikpeazu has other plans. New map stands for Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project. The project development objective is to reduce vulnerability to soil erosion in targeted subcatchments.
The NEMAP is an acronym, stands for Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project. Started with the responsibility of handling gully erosion in any area that is targeted and mapped out. It is state-owned, it is state-led, but it has funding support from the World Bank. So our business is actually working on land degradation in the form of erosion and maybe flooding.
Although New Map has been in existence since 2013, it couldn't implement any of its mapped out projects. But that changed in 2015 when Governor Ikpeazu came into office. He promptly released the Abia State counterpart funding of the project. Today, on Rebuilder 365, a program that x-rays Governor Ikpeazu's achievements, one project a day, we will be visiting one of the project community in Abia State, Umuoda, Isingwu, in Umuahia North Local Government Area, Abia State. Umuoda, Isingwu, a community in Umuahia, was cut off from the neighboring communities and buildings swept off as a result of gully erosion, but Governor Okezie Ikpeazu came to their rescue.
That site is at Umuoda in Umuahia North Local Government Area and stretches through Umuoda Isingwu and Amafo Isingwu, both of them in Umuahia North. That was a gully that developed at the back of the Umuoda Primary School and was threatening the use of that facility for educational purposes, and the kids were actually at risk. A lot of vulnerable people that were at risk. Again, Governor Okezie has intervened, and that gully was totally remediated. Beautiful construction, slope stabilization, planting of grasses, construction of energy dissipating structures, and then within Umuoda community, a total of about 2.6 kilometers of internal roads were constructed. And then the road that leads from Umuoda Isingwu to Osa Ibeku, which is a length of 3.2 kilometers, was equally constructed with a bridge across the only river that traverses that community. And of course, those things were also loaded with a lot of bioremediation and other soft constructions that would make the land heal perfectly.
Rebecca Okezie was a victim of that erosion.
In Umuoda Isingwu, there was this particular building. It belonged to a certain man who was late, as at the time we were intervening. He was a civil servant, and that story building was the only thing he left for his widow. That widow was living in that house, and the gullies developed and encroached until the foundations of that building were exposed.
After the governor came, he won the case on a Friday. The following Monday, he was here around 10 o'clock and said, no, this house will not go. I'll do some palliative work so that to prevent the house from going.
Governor Okezie did two very frantic things. While we were waiting for the design to be ready, he commissioned the Ministry of Environment to begin an ad hoc intervention to salvage the house of the Okenzus. And then when the contract was eventually awarded for remediation, we took off from that gully head. And today, the story of that family is different.
Before long, contractors arrived and did the same thing, palliative work, and saved the house from just immediate collapse.
Before Governor Okezie Ikpeazu's through the Abia New Maps intervention, many families in this community had lived in fear, especially when it rained, as they never knew what their fate would be. Today, their fear of rain is gone, as the erosion is totally under control.
This project, the project in the Rebuilder ọtụtụ mgbe ihe buru ụlọ skuul, ọtụtụ mgbe ihe buru ụlọ ndị mmadụ, ya eme ya dịka ọ bụ ihe oke ize ndụ, ma eme ihe ọsịsọ o nwere ike ya taa isi mmadụ. Projekti ndị ọzọ i nwere ike edebe ya delay, but ihe gbasara ịrụ ọrụ erosion na-eme ibido ya iji si ike chọọ ka imechaa ya dị ya udu mmiri abịa. Ime otu ahụ mmiri nwere ike bịa bụrụ ihe ka i mere eme. Therefore, I want to congratulate the Ministry of Environment and office in the new map for a job well done. That within a record time of 10 months, they may deliver this project. We are consistent in our quality.
My husband is not around. I'm nobody. I am nobody. And from nowhere, help came without soliciting for it. I'm so happy.
Thanks to Governor Ikpeazu, today, Mrs. Okezie has won her battle against erosion, and she can sleep in peace, knowing that her house is safe. Project 026, Gully Erosion Control, and other projects in Umuoda, Isingwu community.